Pedro Gonzalez Lopez, formerly known as Pedri, coming from Las Palmas, is now one of the biggest and best midfielders the world has ever seen, joining the likes of Sergio Busquets, Frenkie de Jong and Xavi, where they create a formidable trio and a great strong midfield that has Barcelona seen success this season, on course to win the league. He most notably became famous for linking up with Lionel Messi at Barcelona and also doing very well. We will take a look in this video to see how Pedri exactly has been going at Las Palmas in the game that is known that the reason Barcelona bought this young bright midfielder. Before we get into the video, however, please do subscribe to the channel, as that will help us a lot in getting this channel to grow into a bigger channel and make more videos. Let's start to see how Pedri was doing at Las Palmas and also see later on how he transitioned into Barcelona. At Las Palmas, Pedri was mainly deployed as a left false winger because Vieira, Kylian and Fabio was a great midfield trio that Las Palmas have had over the years. So it makes sense to have Pedri more on this left side where De La Bella can actually come in if he was to drop in, of course. Now Pedri and Vieira was great at interchanging their positions, where Pedri could actually go deeper, Vieira can take the half space as well. But mainly Pedri was operating in this half space right here because he was the one who was actually dropping close to the ball right there. He would receive the ball and then actually drive up, interlinking with Kylian and Fabio, or he would actually come into the position right over here and actually switch the ball to Šrinić, which is more of a traditional winger. De La Bella, Kylian and Vieira made positions swaps to actually cover for Pedri if he were to drop in deep into the position over here. He was more like a 10 in the area to create this box. So I think Xavi may have had his idea coming from the false winger, might have come from Las Palmas. So now Pedri is also operating very deep at times because Kylian was a good dribbler going forward. Fabio was the more traditional deep-lying midfielder, where Pedri would actually help out in the midfield as well. The double pivot position wasn't a problem for Pedri. He could actually go everywhere on the pitch. You would sometimes even see Pedri over in the half space right here. So Pedri and Vieira was actually more like the 10s of this team, and they would actually drop all over the pitch in order to get numerical advantages. Here you can see Pedri coming extremely deep with Vieira more advanced than him, which is more like a Frenkie de Jong and Pedri combination right now at Barcelona. You can also see De La Bella is overlapping because Pedri initially at the left wing, now inverted in the half space. However, Pedri is also very flexible. He can also stay out wide and dominate from there, where you can see Fabio actually as the single pivot in this case, dropping next to the center backs. But Pedri was going as deep as the double pivot to actually help in the build-up, with Vieira also helping out. So this is maybe the combination that Xavi has seen. And here you can see him attacking again the half space. So this is maybe where the false winger idea from Xavi comes from. Koeman gave Pedri the free role to do what he did at Las Palmas, operating in the half space like you see right here, and also being an attacking midfielder with Pedri, Messi and Frenkie de Jong be like three attacking midfielders, kind of like we see at Bayern Munich right now. Just like at Las Palmas, where Pedri wasn't the chief creator, where it was actually Vieira. In this case, it was Messi that was the chief creator. We of course knew that Messi was like a false 9 dropping into midfield. Griezmann under Koeman would actually have to take up the number 9 position, whereas Jordi Alba was the one who was keeping the width. Now Pedri, like just discussed in the beginning, was almost like a left half space free 8 along with Messi, where Frenkie de Jong and Sergio Busquets was more like the pivot. But we of course know that Frenkie acted like a box-to-box midfielder, keeping Messi more centrally, where Frenkie de Jong was actually keeping up top. Koeman's tactics with Messi was actually very good and is underrated in my opinion because Messi still flourished even though the results weren't good under Koeman. So Frenkie, Messi and Pedri was almost like 3 free 8s with Busquets sitting deep as a single pivot, whereas Dest mostly stayed back to create a 3 with his Longley and Piqué. So it was actually more like a 3-1-3-3 formation. Later on, Frenkie moved over to the left and half space, with Pedri coming over to the right hand, with Messi staying more centrally. Pedri was mainly orchestrating from the left to the right hand side, but as Las Palmas, he was more from the left to the right, to the opposite directions that he was moving. He was moving from Las Palmas from the left to the right, but now he was moving from the right to the left at Barcelona. Frenkie de Jong was also very pivotal in helping Sergio Busquets in this occasion, where Pedri was actually freed up to go along to be more adventurous with Messi. Pedri was also very essential in the build-up phase where he dropped as far as the position of Sergio Busquets, allowing Frenkie to go up with Messi into the spaces right here. This is where the flexibility and the talent of Pedri really broke through to Barcelona. But Ronald Koeman helped Pedri a lot to develop his game because he was practically doing the same thing that he was doing at Las Palmas, operating in the half space, cutting in from the right hand as far as the right wing coming into the half space, the same from the left into the half space and dropping as far as Sergio Busquets. So Ronald Koeman was very important in the early stages of Pedri's young career. Xavi didn't change much from Pedri's role. Like here you can see he's still operating in the left half space going to the right. He's still coming from the other side. But the main difference now was Pedri was the main orchestrator of Barca. There's no Vieira and no Messi anymore. So he's the number 10. You can also see here that he's much more deeper in a floater role. So he was now the Messi of Barcelona. That is why we are missing him so much. Xavi is now relying on him as the chief creator, running from deep, going forward, helping with the ball, helping in the build-up. So he's now the chief creator, whereas Xavi is taking his position. Like over here you can see he's very, very deep. Positions that Messi used to take over and take up at Barcelona. So Xavi has really been doing some great work with Pedri as the chief creator. That will be all for my video today. I hope you guys understood and enjoyed the video as well, because we're gonna do some more genius videos, the genius of Frenkie de Jong, the genius of Xavi for an example, to see how these players has evolved at Barcelona. I hope you guys are up for this new series that I'm creating, and if you're new around here, please don't forget to subscribe. We are doing a lot of tactical content regarding Barcelona, and this is our newest series, the genius of. We're gonna do some older players, some historical players as well. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.